introduce to you a very special friend. He's been fighting on Capitol Hill for peace and justice for decades, and now he's in the driver's seat. He's the chair of the Judiciary of the House, Congressman John Conyers from Michigan.
Brothers and sisters, I'm so glad you're all here. We've got to hold more of these, just like on Election Day, November 7th, until our government gets the message. Out of Iraq immediately this year. You gotta go. Hello, Detroit. You came all the way in buses for 10 hours. I hear you. Hello, Code Pink. I hear you. Hello, Institute of Policy Studies. I hear you. But George Bush has the habit of firing military leaders who tells him the Iraq war is failing. But let me tell you something. He can't fire you. He can't fire us. But we can fire him. Said this morning. Has anyone in the history of the United States ever been so singularly wrong and misguided about such phenomenally important events and continued to insist he's right in the face of overwhelming evidence to the contrary? Has there ever been anybody in American history? There certainly hasn't. Now we marched and protested and legislated against segregation and then against the Vietnam War. Today we march and protest and legislate against the war in Iraq, and we continue the great tradition of struggle of the people. Today's march is a continuation of the vote on November 7th. The history's clear. When our country's at a moral crossroads, it takes the cries and the outrage of American people to force Washington to do the right thing. That's why we're here. President Bush is the commander-in-chief of the military, but he is not the commander-in-chief of the citizens of this country. He is not. Vice President Cheney has said repeatedly, Congress can't stop me, but we must stop him. We're going to stop him. And so the founders of our country gave the Congress the power of the purse because they envisioned a scenario exactly like the one in which we find ourselves today. Not only is it within our power to stop Bush, it is our obligation to stop Bush. The founders of our country gave the Congress the power of the purse because they envisioned a scenario exactly like the one in which we find ourselves today. Not only is it within our power, but we're going to do it by holding rallies every week, every month, every day until we stop this illegal, immoral war in Iraq. We've got to do that. And with your help, the people can prevail. We stopped the war in Vietnam, didn't we? With Dr. Martin Luther King, we did the civil rights movement, and with marches we did it. And we're going to do it again. Thank you for being with us today. All of these members of Congress are with you. Victory.